The Office of the Prime Minister Press Office is the primary liaison between the Fourth Estate and the Office of the Prime Minister and Cabinet.
Every day, we are working to build a more inclusive economy and a stronger, safer country.
Hear all of the latest developments as the Davis administration carries out the broad mandate of progress and change. Our live weekly press briefings provide full access to current newsmakers on the most topical issues of the day. We facilitate prompt responses from cabinet ministers on the latest reports and get answers on the issues that matter to you.
Will any penalties be levied against the
OPM Press Now, keeping you in the know. Good morning to everyone, reporters present and those, of course, watching online. Welcome to the Office of the Prime Minister and our weekly press briefing. This morning we are going to be talking with some of the executives of the National Junkanoo Committee. As you know, there have been several new developments in the management of Junkanoo over the last few days. We are at the point now where a vote has been taken, as you may know, which made the decision among Junkanoo leaders that the NJC would have oversight of the management of the Junkanoo parades. To talk about what this organization and management will look like, we are pleased to welcome today Mr. Calvin Green, who is Deputy Chair of the Parade Management Committee and Grand Marshal. We also have with us Ms. Angelique McKay. She's Director of the Orange Economy in the Ministry of Economic Affairs, and also Deputy Chair of the Festival Committee, and Ms. Kishlane Smith, who manages Family Island Parades. We will start off this morning with remarks by Mr. Calvin Green. Mr. Green.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Calvin Green, and when you spell it, make sure you put an E on the end. I'm Deputy Chairman of the Parade Management Committee, and very simply put, we were put here by the NJC, which is a statutory body of the government. As you know, that was formed around 1996, and so we have been put here to manage the parade and to make sure that it happens and that it happens well. And we will know the result of that when the patrons leave and they say, hey, we had a great parade and that everything was good. We would know we would have done a wonderful job. I want to say that I've been around Junkanoo for the last 15, 20 years or more, so I'm not a neophyte. I've served in various capacities, such as the Grand Marshal, on different committees, on the JCNP team, and so I do have some knowledge about Junkanoo and what it takes to make it work. And our job, simply, let me just say also, let me apologize for the chairman, Douglas Anna, who is the chairman, and I'm his co. Our job as the parade management team, and let me just say, nothing will be lost. We will be carrying on the same way, not the same way, but we will make sure that all details and everything is in place as it relates to these parades to make sure that it happened and that they happen well. And so we are full force right now into our planning stage. And what is our planning? Right now we're putting together all of the judging pool, all the judges, putting together all of the various human resources that need to make Junkanoo work and happen. As far as the schedule is concerned, very shortly we're going to be meeting with the Junkanoo leaders, and we're working right now to ratify the rules and to make sure they're in line with what our vision is and what we want to do. some points that I want to mention is all A groups will be included in competition. There'll be no exhibition category. Disqualifications are to be replaced by deductions. We will also have a lot of new features and new activities around Junkanoo that is going to make it fun and exciting for all. And we have our speakers who are going to come and tell you about it. But as far as what I need to tell you and share with you as it relates to Junkanoo, let me just say and reconfirm that we have no time to waste. We're moving full steam ahead, and things are falling in place every day to make sure that we have a successful parades, Christmas and New Year's morning. Any questions that you may have? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. With that being said, then I will move off the scene and invite our next speaker.
Angelique McKay here, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Director, Orange Economy Unit, and Deputy Chair of the Bahamas Junkanoo Festival. This is a new element that is being added to the calendar for the Christmas season in the Bahamas. It's something that has been in discussions with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the National Junkanoo Committee for well over a year. I'd safely say about a year and a half. Discussions have been taking place in order to implement this during the Christmas season. The Bahamas Junkanoo Festival will span from December 18th to January 1st, with the main features and the main events being the Christmas Day Parade and the New Year's Day Parade. This event will have 7 days of activities spanned over those times so that you can get an opportunity in between to so-called catch yourself before the next event. Another main thing about this festival is not one single agency is responsible for executing this event and for the ultimate success of this event. We have partners like the Ministry of Tourism, Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Ministry of Economic Affairs, Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Works are all partners in this, as well as Nassau Downtown Partnership will be able to ensure the ultimate success of this event. And this festival, the main feature will be elements of Junkanoo. The festival will be from 9 to 9, so it'll be 12 hours on the given days. That once we publicize the dates and the itinerary and activities of each day, you get a better understanding. This festival also is intended to allow Junkanoo artists to monetize that which they love so dearly, which is the creative arts of Junkanoo. And we all know with festivals, it allows our creatives opportunities. Festivals allow many different opportunities for many individuals. Our vocalists, our dancers, like I said, our Junkanoo artists, our culinary artists, so many areas within the creative industry are exposed during festival time. So this is one thing that we're looking at. We're also going to have a day that's devoted to the religious community, seeing that it's in the Christmas season and we are that Christian nation, so we're going to be doing that. Another element that has been persons within the community and some of our international visitors have been calling on for a number of years for our visitors to be able to be included in our Junkanoo parades. So there's going to be a special parade that is designed for visitors to participate in. It won't be the Christmas Day and it won't be the New Year's, but they will have that same joyous and elated feeling because they will be allowed to rush. And with that, we're partnering with the various hotels to ensure that the visitors are aware that this is taking place. And it also allows Junkanoo artists to create costumes And when I say costumes, we mean pasted pants or pasted shirts, nothing too complicated, where visitors can purchase these items and participate in this so-called off parade that's designed for interaction and inclusion of visitors across the board. So this is something, like I said, has been in discussion for quite a while. So Ministry of Tourism is on board with Authentically Bahamian. Bites on Bay is on board, Nassau Tourism Development Corporation. And I want our creatives to keep their ears to the ground and their eyes open when the vendor applications come out, the opportunities to sign up and be a part of something that is new and vibrant for the community, and Junkanoo artists especially. Please keep your eyes open because opportunities are with us. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Kishlaine Smith. I am the Deputy Co-Chair of the National Junkanoo Committee, and my primary focus is that of the Family Island Parade's Junior Junkanoo. I'm extremely happy to inform the public that this year we have a calendar of parade dates throughout the archipelago of the Bahamas. The first parade, the Family Island Parade that is, will be on December 27th. Saturday, December 27th, on the island of Eleuthera in the settlement of Hatchet Bay, Eleuthera, commencing at 7 p.m. in the evening. But there's a festival which will begin earlier that day and then will stem out to the remainder of the day. And as you've heard already from our festivals committee, we've already partnered with the various ministries. We're also partnering with local events and local hotels and also local car companies to ensure that the traverse of persons from various islands to the island of Eleuthera on December 27th will be that, and it will be exposed. We have Junkanoo on the island of Eleuthera. It's called the All Eleuthera Festival and Parade. The next festival and parade will be held on January 3rd on the island of Exuma. The All Exuma Junkanoo Parade will be held in Georgetown, Exuma, and the festival itself will begin from that morning, and then the parade will commence at 7 p.m. that evening in Georgetown, Exuma. And so we're very happy about this because, as we know, Exuma is a very large island, and Exuma has a very large influx of second homeowners. And so we want to be able to facilitate a wonderful parade, a wonderful festival, and to allow everyone to partake in our wonderful national culture. The next festival and parade will be on the island of Grand Bahama. And these festivals and parades on Grand Bahama will be held from January 9th through January 12th on the island of Grand Bahama in various locations. I'll share all of those with our media colleagues that are here. Followed by the festival and parade on Grand Bahama. Then we have our National Junior Junkanoo Parade on the island of New Providence, which will be on the 28th of January on New Providence Island on Bay Street. And that is a welcoming remark for all of our students, our teachers, our fans, our followers, to make sure that they come and participate and hear and see the melodious and the wonderful sounds of our children. Then we move to the other islands of the Bahamas in the month of February. So the first February date is February 7th on the island of Andros. Andros will have their festival and parade, followed by the island of Abaco, and all of the Abacos will have their festival and parade in Marsh Harbor on the 20th and 21st. The Marsh Harbor Parade and the festival parade is called a Love Rush on the island of Abaco. And then we'll move again to the other islands. And what we would like the public to understand is that our calendar of events and our calendar of dates will be available on the National Junkanoo Committee's page, as well as the Office of the Prime Minister, because we want to encourage domestic tourism and we want to encourage our patrons, Junkanoos throughout the country, to participate, to return to their origin, and to give back to those various communities. We've also partnered with a lot of corporate sponsors located on those respective islands, and they're waiting to assist us. So I thank you for your time, and please have a nice day.
Other questions, please? Yes, we have questions.
minute, since the management shift in the parades from the JCNP to the NJC, I guess the public is wondering if this will have, any effect to the overall operation of the New Year's Day and Junkanoo parades. Are you able to say or reassure the public that things will continue to go smooth and they should expect to see what has been dubbed the greatest show on earth?
Yes, as I said before, things will run as smooth as they were, or even smoother. We intend to make sure that, all T's are crossed, ducks in a row, and whatever we practiced in the past in terms of how Junkanoo was run or operated, we would lose none of that. In fact, we might be even more intense in what we want to achieve this year.
My next question is the attendance from the patrons of New Year and the Christmas. Is there any I guess consciousness that there may be not as many people attending, because the argument that JCNP says the major groups, the majority of them, the group A ones, they've stuck with the JCNP, and only a few like the Genesis are with the Junkanoo committee. Is that something you're conscious of, or that's something that's on the radar, that there may not be as many people showing up because as the JCNP, the big ticket sellers are not coming?
I don't think there will be any fall off at all. I think people, it is a thing within the Bahamian psyche, and it has nothing to do with the JCNP or the NJC. It is what we enjoy as Bahamians, and so I don't see, and in fact, we are doing some things that we know will bring people out more than what they may have done before. So the vision is, I don't think there'll be any fall off at all. People will come out, they will enjoy, and they'll even have a better time.
I know you talked about the poll and the reasons, we understand the reasons for it, but how was that organized? Because again, some of the groups that are on the JCNP said they weren't invited, so how was there an invite to those groups that you can avoid?
Well, I won't speak to that. That out of my realm. I'm just here to make sure that we have a wonderful parade, and that's what I'm here for. So I won't speak to that. No. Yeah.
My last question is, I know the Junkanoo committee is responsible for the management, but was there any way possible the committee may have been able to, at least, as the JCNP chairman said, that when the rush happened, the groups that wanted the JCNP to be judged, they will do that, and those who want the committee to be judged, they will do that. Was that any possibility that could happen, or it just have to be the JCNP, the NJCP just doing that?
Well, we're hired to run the parade, and so we're going to run the parade according to our vision and what we see, and that's it. I mean, there's no JCNP, it's parade management team, Douglas Anna, Calvin Green. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. So it'll be one parade, one judge. Multiple judges, but the NJC.
Yeah.
And then I did take note of the requirements or the rules they have. Disqualifications will be replaced by deductions, and there's no expedition groups. All are A groups. The JCNP, their argument is the reason why these groups are coming to the committee is because they quote unquote can't handle the high standards. How do you say that these standards that the committee has are of high quality despite them being disqualifications?
Right. Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to go into what they see and what they, like I say, we're running the parade. We're putting together our own program, and so we're going to stick with that, and we'll see. Let the chips fall where they may.
And I will be respectful with this last question, but we want to give you the right to reply. But the other argument that JCNP said is with the Junkanoo committee, it's made of people that are active Junkanooers, but also already had, already had existing grievances with the JCNP as to why we see some of these things going through. What do you say to that argument?
What do you mean active Junkanooers? We all active, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, because they're active Junkanooers and they're already pre-existence grievances. I guess the feeling is because there's already, some issues already had with the JCNP. It's being exercised against the JCNP by the active Junkanooers on the committee. How do you say that there's no malice or anything being exercised at this point because of that allegations the JCNP is saying?
Again, that's out of my realm. But whatever their malice is, I'm here to move things forward. I don't want to talk about with the malice with JCNP and whoever they have malice with. me and Mr. Holly here to move things forward and not to rehash that. That's something, that's for another person to answer. Yeah, I'm just moving forward.
And just to make sure we have the right records, how many groups have registered or with the committee at this point? We just know that there were 12, so can you say exactly how many are there in total?
At this time, no, I don't have that total figure with me right now, but I'm sure, as the minister said previously, I think he said about 19 or something like that, so it could be more, yeah, so, yeah. So, but I don't have the exact figure with me right now, yeah.
Okay. Are there further questions?
If I may just, these to distribute, no, just keep that up.
I just want to say thank you to all of our presenters, Calvin Green, Angelique McKay, and Kishlane Smith. And I hope that helps to begin to clear the air on the process going forward for the upcoming Junkanoo parades. Are there any further questions?
Obviously wanted to get a response from OPM regarding what happened this morning with Belinda and Kimsley. I guess, well, first of all, we want to get clarification on the meetings that are happening today with Becca Wu, Benmu, and Mr. Obi Ferguson. Those meetings are undertaken, but we still have no meeting with the other remaining, the major ones, BUT and BPSU. I guess, how does that explain, because people can say that the government is siding with particular unions who are complicit with the government and not with the other major groups?
Well, you're correct. Mr. Davis has and is continuing to hold meetings today, in particular with Becca Wu and BEMU. It is a continuation of an ongoing process to collaborate with the unions. In the last week or so, as you know, he has met with both Mrs. Wilson, and the president of the BPSU, and it was all a result of something he initiated, as we know, an across-the-board review for public servants. And that is, in fact, a part of an ongoing process that's been going on, a series of reviews, adjustments that's been going on for the better part of 4 years. The aim remains the same, to improve the conditions for workers. Again, it's something the Prime Minister initiated. Today's meetings were a continuation of the process to hear from unions, hear what their concerns are, and to collaborate with them. This is an exercise in collaboration, and the Prime Minister does not seek to be a part of a combative episode. It's all about talking with the unions, hearing what they have to say, and working through the issues, and that's what's been continuing today.
Will he be open to going back to the table with BUT and BPSU? Is he open to that at least?
Well, there's no timeline on what will happen next, but let me just remind you of what happened before we got to this point. The Prime Minister met with the unions. It was a very combative process, and before the process could be completed, there was, talk outside, which the Prime Minister viewed as not in good faith, and rightly so. So I can't say when those talks will continue, but of course we will keep you up to date on those.
And to your knowledge, did the letter that Belinda sent, was it accepted at this point?
The letter has been delivered, yes.
Mm-hmm. And I guess the last question is, we know that 36% of teachers did not show up to work yesterday. And Belinda said that number is higher, and 6 schools ended early because of that, because of the absentee. I guess, is there concern that if this continues, we will see, I guess, a shutting down of the public service because people are sticking out the industrial action?
We are concerned about it, and everybody should be concerned about it, and it should not have gotten to the point where it's affecting some of the most important people in our country, the children. The negotiations should stay at just that, a negotiation toward an end, and not produce some of the kind of combative scenes that we have seen, which are not helpful to the process.
I'm not able to say, but will there be repercussions for these absentees? Because I know there was a letter that was sent highlighting, because this is I guess a legal strike, that there were deductions, even though Belinda said this isn't a strike, this is a peaceful demonstration. Yeah.
Well, the various ministries or departments will follow administrative process. That's what I would say to that. All right. Is that it? Thank you.
Oh, well, my
Yeah.
last question.
Okay.
We took a picture, it's all over social media, when the Prime Minister was coming out, Belinda was, engaging in conversation. He put his hand towards her face. People could say that's a contrast to last week where he was able to go outside and hold hands, and that maybe is a sign of disrespect. What do you say to, that optics it looks like yesterday coming out of the house and then after the morning session?
Well, it takes 1 second to take a photo, and that is not at all a reflection of the spirit in which the Prime Minister engaged in talks with the union. They were invited to the office of the Prime Minister. They were invited to sit and speak with him and air their concerns. Another meeting was offered. That did not happen for reasons that I just explained. So it is absolutely not a reflection of any type of disrespect whatsoever.
So what was the reason for not coming out this time yesterday? Because I know that was something that they wanted, again, I guess, to speak as if the Prime Minister, he didn't want any middleman. So why didn't he, I guess, do the same thing he did last week? Did he felt like he already said everything he said in national address? That was his reasons.
Well, again, he met with the union at the time that was scheduled. That happened. And the chain of events, again, that took place, the commentary outside of the negotiations was obviously what helped to cause the talks to break down. The Prime Minister, again, would like to continue his discussions with unions toward the end of resolving the issues that affect workers. That is what the goal is at the end of the day.
Because I know they felt in national address, both leaders said they felt like the Prime Minister gave the wrong narrative and it was inaccurate, and Belinda Paul said he sort of lied during that address.
I don't think the Prime Minister intended to give a narrative, so I reject that characterization of it. What the Prime Minister is doing, has been doing, and again has been doing for the better part of 4 years with through the leadership of the Minister of Labor, is working on improving salaries, conditions, labor relations on the whole for workers, and that's what he continues to do. All right. Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone.
Thank you.